Clip 2, Word 2010. Okay, so now we've got Word on the Start menu. Let's start it up. Expression we use is launch. So let's launch Word 2010. Down to the Start menu, click. There's Microsoft Word 2010. So I click on that. This launches Word. My version of Word is a little bit slower than yours because I've got a lot of other software running at the same time. Okay, now Word is launched. It has given me a smaller than a full screen window. So the first thing I'm going to do is to use these Windows control buttons here to turn this into a full window. So that's the middle one. Maximize, so I click on that. And there we go, we got a full version of a window with Word on it. Now, this is quite useful. Microsoft Word Document 3, it says at the top, this is called the title bar, so it lets me know the application I'm using. If it was Excel, it would say Microsoft Excel, obviously. And it'll give me the document number. This is document number 3. So at some time during this session, I've actually opened up 3 documents. Every time you open one, it gives you a new number. If you save it as under a different name, that's fine. It'll still remember the last one you opened in that session, and it'll create another document with an appropriate number. So this is document 3, Microsoft Word, in the title bar. On the right here, we've got our Windows control buttons, and what have we got? We've got the first one is minimize, which means that the window will disappear from the desktop completely. The next one we've already seen, that we can use that to create to create a full window. And of course, once we've got a full window, we can do what's called restore down, so I can put it back to where it was, a slightly smaller window. And then the final button over here actually shuts Word down altogether. So okay, so that's not quite the top. Over here we've got some other little bits and pieces. This bit here is really quite useful. It is the quick access bar. It allows me to, for example, save a file. So anything that I want to get at quickly, and I'm going to use a lot, for example, saving files, you can put on this access bar. Now at the moment there are only 3 things on there. 2 of them are grayed out because they can't be used at this stage. What are they? Well, there's the save, there's the undo. So I make a change, I want to take it back, I can click undo. It's grayed out at the moment because I haven't made any changes. Then if I want to go one further and say, oh no, I didn't mean to undo that, I'll put it back, I've got the redo button. So this is the quick access toolbar, and you can put other things on there. And one thing which later on I'll show you that we can put on there is the print option. That's sometimes quite useful to have that sitting there. So if you want to quickly print something, it'll be available straight away without having to look for it anywhere else. So that's the quick access bar. Okay, what have we got below that? Well, we've got this long thing here, which is now called the ribbon, and that is where all the functions, the commands that you're going to use reside. Just directly above the ribbon, you've got a series of tabs, and you can see that clicking on the tabs gives you a different ribbon content. Microsoft's idea here, and it is a good one, is that everything you want to do within a particular context is there. So if I want to insert something, I click on the insert tab, and all the options for inserting are there for me. If I want to change the page layout, I click on the page layout tab, and there we have all the options for page layouts. So quite a nice little feature. So these things here are called the ribbon tabs, and this thing here where the content is called the ribbon. What else do we have here? Well, within the ribbon, we've got groups. You can see these are labeled clipboard, font, paragraph, and these groups are again a set of commands that are put together. If I hover over the little button here, you see I get a window popping up showing me what it's going to look like when I click on it, and that actually is the full font selections, the controls that I can use over a font. You see they're quite extensive. I've got some basic ones here, and I've got another tab where the advanced things reside. So when I'm changing a font, I can either use the commands which are here, or if they're not there and I want to do something a little more sophisticated, I can open up the command group and I can have additional commands at my fingertips. Okay. Next we have the status bar. So down the bottom here we have some information on the document that's currently open. And here you can see it says page 1 of 1, no words, and this little thing that's churning away here, a pen writing there, it's actually checking for proofing errors. You might ask yourself why it's checking for proofing errors when I haven't typed anything, and that'd be a very good question. Okay, on the right hand side here I've got some views. So they're the basic views that the ways I can look at this document. The one that I've set out there, the one that's by default and the one I use mostly, is the print layout. That means that this is going to look like I'm going to be typing into a document that will look like it's going to look when it's printed. To me that's pretty useful. There are some people, however, who like to have a full screen document, and if they want to get that, you click on the next icon and there you are, you've now got a full screen. So that is your document, and all the other little bits like the status bar and the ribbon have disappeared. Now, that is very useful for typists, people who are used to using keyboards. How did I get it back? That's simple. I simply pressed the escape key. So once you've got the full screen up there, if it's not what you want, you press the escape key and it goes back to this one, which is the print layout. There are others, of course. There's web layout, so it looks as if it would be displayed if it was in a web page. There's outline, which is just what it says. It's just where you see the outline of what you're doing, so you don't actually see the pages. And then there's a draft view. So all these views you can play around with and see how they work. Okay, on the left hand side we have this here. This is the scroll bar. As you can see, it's because I've got page layout, I'm missing a little bit at the bottom, so I can go to the bottom of the page by dragging the scroll bar down and back up to the top by dragging it up. If I don't want to drag it, I can use these two little single arrows, top and bottom, and clicking on those takes the document page down. See, it's a little bit slower than just grabbing hold of the scroll bar and moving it up, but nevertheless you can do that. Below that you've got these two double arrows, and that's they actually go up a page and down a page at a time. Of course you've got to have more than one pages for those to function. Okay, and then finally I just want to mention this little thing here down the bottom. This is the zoom. The minus circle is zoom out, and the plus circle you zoom in, or you can pull on the scroll icon and you can zoom in and out to get it to the size you want to. Okay, let me just type something just to show you another little feature. I can put in here, this is a heading. Okay, so as you can see that's quite small. If I want to make that a little bit bigger, there we go. Now once I've done some typing, you can notice that you've got this flashing vertical line. That's called a caret, and that actually is where typing will occur. So if I type in new now, you can see the word NEW appeared at the point where the caret was. Okay, and while we're here, just show you one other little thing that I think is quite nice. If I grab that those few words. If I want to change the style of those words, I can whiz up here and into the style control panel. As you see, as I drift over these styles, the actual text changes to what it will be if I click on those tiles. Now, I must emphasize here, it is not changing. That text, if I take it away, is exactly as I typed it. Hovering over these things just changes it to what it will be if I click on them. So if I reach there, I click on it, well, now it's fixed. That is my new title heading. And that actually, by the way, is a very nice way of doing things. I do like this style sheets, the styles there. Very, very useful. Okay, that's a quick look at the screen that we've got there. Obviously, there's a lot more to come, and I hope you keep watching. Okay.